Alrighty, let's talk about this now. The most highly anticipated game of the week, of the season, of the last decade, of the last 20 years, of the last 2 decades. This is going to be the most biggest game ever, folks. Tom Brady returning to Foxborough, Bucks, Patriots, Tom versus Bill, what we've all been waiting for, what we've all been kind of playing out in our head ever since Tom Brady left this Patriots team, even since Tom Brady was on this Bucks team. Who gets credit? It's all Bill. No, it's all Tom. Oh, well, if they face each other, Tom wins. No, if they face each other, Bill would win. We've been waiting and chomping at the bits for this game for 20 years. And now we finally get it this week, Sunday Night Football. Sheesh, folks, it's going to be absolutely great. Obviously, the media's been all around this story the entire week. I'm sure y'all have read the quotes and the quips and all that. Tom Brady staying cool as a cucumber, saying, hey, this is just another game. Classic Tom Brady. Bill's like, yeah, Tom's good. Tom's good. Yeah, Tom's good. Yep, Tom's good. We'll see him this Sunday. Tom's good. I love Tom. We've loved Tom. But, Tom's not here, but Tom's good. That's basically all Bill's been saying. But Tom Brady, not looking to reminisce on Sunday, says, quote, I'm going to be thinking about one night of football. So this is just another normal game to Tom Brady. But remember, Tom Brady doesn't say what he actually means to the media. 95% of what I say is not truly what I'm thinking. And this, of course, is not truly what he's thinking. This is the biggest game. They all know it, folks. It's not like Tom Brady is like, oh, this is a big game. Oh, this is news to me. Of course they know all of that. Of course they aren't going to go out and say it because there is a little bit of animosity still, from Bill and from Tom, both directed at each other. Tom, wants more respect from Bill. Bill never hugged him and loved him and kissed him and told him, oh my God, you're so gosh dang great. And Tom has always kind of resented that. Hey, I want my respect. Tell me I got it then. If I got it, then tell me I got it then. That's what Drake says. I'm sure Tom Brady's saying the same thing. Give him his respect when it was due, and it was kind of due about 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 4 Super Bowls ago. How crazy is that? We have to count in Super Bowls how overdue Tom Brady's recognition should have been from Bill Belichick. So obviously Tom resents Bill Belichick a little bit of that, and we've seen kind of it sneak out of Tom Brady, slip out of Tom Brady here and there. And then on Bill's side, Bill gets no credit here. Everybody says it's always Tom. Tom is a bigger kind of icon than Bill is, I would say, in New England. Am I reading kind of the fan base in the room and just the overall narrative of football? I think so. I think people give more credit to Tom Brady than they do Bill Belichick. And I think Bill Belichick kind of wants a little bit more of that recognition, a little bit more of that credit. Obviously, Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl the very next season with one team isn't helping Bill out. I'm sure Bill is like rolling his eyes like, oh man, I could have coached that team to a Super Bowl. Jeez. And now you want to just praise Tom Brady even more and leave me, little old Bill Belichick, still, in the dust in kind of, who deserves the credit wise. So, there's a lot that not being said here between both of these people, and they're just playing the media game. Obviously, Bill's been doing what Tom Brady's been saying out here his entire career as a head coach. Bill Belichick, hey, we're just on to Cincinnati. Hey, we're just on to Houston. Hey, we're just on to Philadelphia. We're just on to Miami. We're just on to New York. We're just on to this. Tom Brady's doing the same thing here. Well, this is just a game. Y'all can hype it up, but me, Tom Brady, I'm not hyping it up because I have to go and face Bill. Okay, is that supposed to be some sort of big game to me? I'm better than Bill. Obviously, he's not going to say that. Like we said, 95% of what Tom Brady says is not real. It is not what he truly believes, folks. He said that to himself, and that is 100% truthful to what he's saying here. But let's see what he's putting out there. Let's see what Tom Brady is actually saying, and let's see if we can kind of, dig into it, read between the lines a little bit, and kind of decipher what Tom Brady actually means. Tom Brady needs his own kind of anger translator, obviously the famous Key and Peele sketch. getting Obama the anger translator. So that's basically Tom Brady. Tom Brady and Obama are the same people, folks. 95% of what they say is not what they mean. They need somebody else because they're so high profiled and highly regarded at their position, quarterback and president of the United States, at their own individual positions, that they can't really afford to say what they truly mean, or it hurts their brand, it hurts their value, it hurts all of that. So let's see what Tom Brady is saying here, and why it's just another little old game. It's just a game. Coming back to Foxborough, just a little game. So here we go. Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have all the world watching when they play. And can we just make this? This is like an easy kind of prediction to make, but I'm going to make it. This is going to break all the records for watched game and all that. I mean, it's going to come Monday when all the ratings and views come in, and it's going to break like the biggest Sunday night football record and the most watched regular season game and the most streamed game and the most watched live and then rewatched again, the most two-time watched back-to-back game. It's going to be breaking all the viewership records, folks, okay? So get ready for that. But back to the article. Here we go. Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have all the world watching when they play and host the New England Patriots, or play the host New England Patriots on Sunday. But on Monday, many were no doubt listening to his podcast as the reigning Super Bowl most valuable player offered up his comments regarding his return. For all the aforementioned nostalgia and memories many will relive, Brady isn't shipping up to Boston to reminisce. He says, quote, "I'm not going to necessarily reminisce. I don't think this is the moment for that. I'll have plenty of opportunities to reminisce about my football career, none of which I really care to do right now because I'm so much in the moment. I'm not going to be thinking about 20 years of history. I'm going to be thinking about one night of football, a Sunday night game coming off a really tough loss." And that is true. Extra motivation for Tom Brady, even extra motivation for Bill Belichick, both coming off of losses. Patriots kind of got a little bit more blown out than Tom Brady did and the Bucs did. But overall, Tom Brady was supposed to win that game. They were favored by Vegas on the road against kind of, another huge Super Bowl powerhouse in the NFC, and Tom Brady on the road loses by 10 points. Unfortunate. Bill Belichick and the Patriots just let Jameis Winston throw 140 yards on him and put up like 30 points somehow, what Jameis Winston does. And they lose by double digits and all that, and Mac Jones threw, 4 interceptions, something very, very not great. So not, two people, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, that, pride themselves on winning and winning consistently, having great kind of win percentage numbers, both coming off of losses, both coming into one of the biggest games of each of their careers individually, and nobody wants to talk about it, and everybody's downplaying the moment. Classic. All right, another quote by Brady. Let's read up here. Here we go. "Numbers are certainly in favor for Brady's return, as his 115 wins at Gillette Stadium are the most quarterback wins in a single stadium in league history. Nonetheless, the GOAT isn't going in expecting to be a homecoming king," says, quote, "Well, I wouldn't expect a homecoming. I think they're there to root for their team, and their team is the Patriots. And I'll certainly have a lot of people that cheered for me over the years. I think I'll have a lot of family there, and I have a lot of friends that have wanted to go to the game. The home crowd at Gillette is a great crowd, and I think they're going to cheer for their team as I would expect them to. And I think if they know anything about me, they're going to know that I'm going out there to try to win the football game. So I think they'll respect that about me. I certainly respect that they're there to pull for their team, and that's the way sports go." So Tom Brady knows the game, he knows the crowd, he understands, you being kind of a sports figure and, one of the greatest to ever do it. He knows, they respect him, and, they're happy that he brought him all those championships, but Tom Brady puts it perfectly. They're going to root for their team. They're still the Patriots. Yes, some people did go to the Bucs, from the Patriots fan base to the Bucs fan base, to follow Brady Brady in the rings, bandwagon. Yes, there were some people that do that, but, for the greater part, they're still the Patriots fans, and they're still looking for wins. They're starting the season 1-2, not great. Obviously, Tom Brady, not a lot of 1-2 starts in his career for New England, so they're, these fans don't really know what is going on, and they definitely don't want to feel what 1-3 looks like. Have the Patriots ever started 1-3 under Tom Brady? Do Patriots fans understand what 1-3 feels like? Because the rest of the league does. Every other team in the league and their fan base knows what it means to get out to a 1-3 start. Let's quickly see that, because that could play huge into this as well. Patriots never being 1-3 under Tom Brady. Tom Brady has a chance to send them 1-3. Let's just quickly take a look at Tom Brady's game logs through his career. Quickly. All right. Loading up a lot of numbers. A little glitchy here. But all right, here we go. First season where he started. He had to start from week 1, so he can't take seasons 1 and 2. But here we go. Season 3, 2002. They win. They get out to a 3-0 start over their first 3 games. Fantastic. 2003, they start 1-2. No, they start 2-1, so not a 1-3 start there. Fantastic. 2004, they start 4-0. They even start like 6-0. Fantastic. All right, 2005, they start 2-2, not 1-3 though. 2006, they start 3-1. 2007, they start 4-0. All right, 2009, unfortunate, that's the season where he got injured, and they still started 3-1, even with Tom Brady injured, so riddle us that. 2009, they start 3-1. 2010, they start 3-1. 2011, they start 3-1. 2012, they start 2-2. 2013, they start 4-0. 2014, they start 2-2. 2015, they start 4-0. 2016, they start 3-0, and he's also suspended. So Tom Brady doesn't play. They start 3-1. Tom Brady suspended. They start 3-0, 3-1 officially without Tom Brady. 2017, they start 2-2. 2018, they start 2-2. 2019, they start 3-0, 4-0, and last season they start 3-1. So Tom Brady's Patriots have never started 1-3, and Tom Brady has a chance to move them to 1-3. The home crowd does not want to start 1-3, folks. So there it is. That's the game. Nobody's talking about the huge elephant in the room. They're just playing a normal game, and we'll see who deserves more credit. And you better believe that this game is going to be kind of, a huge determining factor, a huge point in the discussion between who deserves credit, Tom Brady or Bill Belichick. Well, this is one of the probably only times that we're going to see them go head-to-head against each other, and we'll see who comes out on top and who's going to have that slight edge. Obviously, Tom Brady doesn't need it. I think Tom Brady, doing what he did last year kind of holds a little bit, maybe, not that much percent. You can just, we can just classify it right now as kind of a 1% advantage, Tom Brady over Bill Belichick, of who deserves more credit in New England. I think so far we can put Tom Brady at 51%, Bill Belichick at 49%. Doesn't have to be that big of a gap or anything like that. And they're still, both of these players, both of these people are going to continue on playing. But I think right now, with Tom Brady having that extra Super Bowl, we have him at a point above Bill. But whoever wins this game is probably going to get another point as well. So this is a huge, huge game. They both know it. Hopefully the Bucs defense steps up and plays up to help out Tom Brady, and hopefully all the players and coaches under Bill Belichick do the same for him as well. So everybody's downplaying it, folks. Everybody is downplaying this. We get any other quotes here by Tom Brady? Yeah, we get one more. So let's wrap it up here. Belichick's made it known he's not looking to rehash how everything played out when Brady left, and TB12 was complimentary of his former coach, saying, quote, "Well, I have 20 years of being there, and, obviously he's a great mentor for me, and yes, there's definitely great lessons I've learned from him, and he's a great football coach, and he does a great job for his team. Any player, I think they would just hope that their coaches give them everything they've got, and I'm sure every great coach wants every player to give them everything they've got, and I think that's what makes a great relationship." So once again, no animosity, no bad blood, nobody's talking about it, and we're going to get a great Sunday night football game, and we'll see who comes out on top. Unfortunately, for these two teams, a little bit not even close to each other. I mean, you take Tom Brady out of the equation, you take Bill Belichick out of the equation. Bucks should be favored by probably 20 points. I mean, nothing great here team-wise by the Patriots, where we know the Bucks are just absolutely stacked with everything that they've got. So, Tom Brady, Bill Belichick, who deserves credit and who wants that credit a little bit more? We'll see who goes out there and wins the game, but they're not going to be reminiscing. They know there's business to be had, there's business to be done, and there will be business to be business, folks. They are all business here. All